let us delve into the brand new preset that we've had a ton of fun with so far. It is the Magic Mirror preset. Of course, the idea behind it is once we find the Magic Mirror, we can transport ourselves between the two castles, much like our good friend Zelda in Zelda, Link Between Zeldas. So, yeah, that's the goal. We're going to find the Magic Mirror. We're going to go around, have fun. 6 complexity, lots of new additions and changes to the castle. Should be a good time. And of course, as always, if you're watching this on Dragon Blitz Daily, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like the video, leave a comment. All that stuff helps so much in the almighty algorithm. The algorithm decides all things in our lives, and if we can appease it, we too can become closer to its godly form. If you've done all of this already and you still want more, I do be streaming over on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. If you want to hang out live and type little funny emotes and messages for me to read with my eyeballs, they connect to the messages that you send through the internet, and then I respond to them in real time. Sometimes I choose not to respond to them because sometimes it's just Joel. He's hanging, he's chilling. That's Joel, our friend, the spinning fish. But yeah, let's get into it. What's our starting weapon? Jewel Sword. Dropping a Zircon. These nuts. Do I have something to buff my stats? Because I should not be one-shotting the wargs with the Jewel Sword. Surely we have like an Ares on or something? Maybe a Varda. Who's to say? Who's to know? We will know soon enough. Meal ticket, not a library card. The Jewel Sword. It all makes sense now. Aquamarine, so we're getting some cash. That could mean an early library card. Could be useful, depending on what's there. That pentagram meal ticket. Okay. It was a Covenant Stone. That's what it was. Nobody guessed it in the chat, unfortunately. I dig the blue cloak. Unfortunately for you and for our eyeballs, it's gone. For now. We might find it later. How many times there's a Symphony of the Night in SotN? I mean, the game starts in nighttime, and if you listen to the background music, I would argue it's symphonic in nature. Perhaps. Ooh, Arcana. So, like, constantly? This night is quite symphonic? Perhaps maybe that's why it is named as such. Let's give ourselves the Arcana. Let's give ourselves the shield so we can start shield dashing. Why do we start with Axe Armor, by the way? That's twice now we've started with Axe Armor. Should I be using it? You know what? Don't tell me. I'm putting it on right now. Watch. Axe Armor is a secret item that gives you all sorts of new and interesting... Because you can clip out of bounds? Oh, if you like... Ooh, Soul of Bat! I see what you mean. Yeah. So if you like Magic Mirror into a wall and then get hit, the only way out is to use the Axe Armor to reset yourself? Something like that. Soul of Bat. Before we go to the library, let's go this way. Because this is a quick check we can do with Soul of Bat. Scooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. Ba-da-da-ba-wow-wow. Ow! This guy kind of hurts. Ow! Yeah, Leather Shield has a guaranteed item. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die in real life. That's dope. Let's just... I was gonna do item checks, but now I realize these guys are doo-doo meanie bullies, so we're just gonna do the relic check and call it a day. There's lots of interesting routing decisions to be made in a preset like this, and I'm excited to try and optimize things, learn some ideas. 6 complexity is interesting. It does mean that we have a limited number of progression items, but the fact that we're starting with Bat relatively early is nice. Not going to complain about that. We also have to rethink what counts as progression and stuff, right? Obviously, Magic Mirror changes a lot of things for us. Imagine if the blocked areas can be randomized. It seems like that's something that people are thinking about, at least with the Spike Maze being randomized. So I think it's mostly chase density once you get Magic Mirror. That seems to be what makes sense in my brain. So I see what you're saying. And for those that are wondering, okay, so what exactly is different about this preset? Well, have you considered this? That the map is different? Look, open your eyeballs. New map. Hey, yo, new map just dropped? Where are we dropping, boys?
I'm interested. I'm interested.
Echo of Bat. We actually need that, he says. Unironically. Mana Prism for 800. Morn Blade is definitely good. We can't afford it. Tunic is also nice. Drax Tunic. Okay.
Farewell for now.
Spectrum Rando would make Echo actually matter for that check. Yeah, that's the idea. I'm like waiting to backdash my way up the stairs, and then there are no stairs, and I'm like, huh? Okay, nothing here. So now, funny enough, we can leave the library. There's nothing else for us to check right now. Right? Right? Yeah, there's nothing else for us to check. She castle on my Vania till I SotN. You're cooking, but I don't think the dish is quite ready yet. It needs a little more time in the oven. But you are cooking. Cooking. Yeah, back to entrance. Entrance has a lot of stuff for us. This is weird because it's kind of like split. I think we want to do Forbidden Route. And nice Axel down there. Forbidden Route and entrance with like a save split, perhaps? Perhaps? Because Forbidden Route, we can't get to Spirit Orb unless we go this way. So we'll go this way. We haven't found any amazing items yet either, but we'll get there. I personally skip entrance and orb because of how out of the way they are. I'm going the wrong way. There's a freaking shortcut. We talked about this last time. It's, you know what it is? You don't notice it because the screen cuts off right there. But if you just go up, they added a shortcut, man. I gotta use it. I think a double save split here makes sense, especially early on when you have low mana. Okay, we don't get to utilize that save split, but on the bright side, making it back is mostly falling. So it's not even like you're wasting, like you can regen mana during this section, right? So actually, it's not too bad. Just like a Wing Smash or two is all you need, he says as he runs out of magic. The downside is I would like to save the game again for yet another save split. Because my mana is really low. It might have been worth to wait till later, till like after Alchemy Lab maybe. Just to have more mana, which is funny enough, like a thing. Alucard mail. Well, something. Graham. We can meet the Graham. That's the second time I've made that joke, because it's the second time we've met Graham. Does this work? It does. More mana. Let's go. New item, by the way. Mana refill container / increase total mana. What else has changed with this randomizer? I mean, there's so much. You got to just watch to find out. You got to keep your eyeballs glued to the screen at any moment. Frigging a doppelganger is going to run out of from across the map and start chasing me around, man. You never know. Speaking of tunic, Drac tunic, I do want that. It's good. And also, it'll help me not die right this very moment. Okay. You know. Now we do Alchemy Lab, for sure. I don't know if keeping the Drac Tunic's really all that worth it, but we're kind of struggling to do damage, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I saw that in the Discord. I was trying to keep up with stuff that was happening in the Discord, with Weecock changing the attributes of walls so that they can only be broken with specific item types and stuff. Yeah, I was away. I was in Houston for Comic Palooza for a few days to be a part of Coliseum Live, a live event that was raising funds, raising money for Direct Relief, a charity that sends aid to direct humanitarian crisis, specifically aid that is, you know, most impactful. Things like, you know, medicine, hygiene products, food, water, things that are specifically required. They make custom, like, kits, essentially, of like, hey, they need specifically these things, and then they make kits to provide those things. I got to see their warehouse a year ago, 2 years ago, when I got to do the first Speedrun Coliseum. It was held at the office of Direct Relief. It was awesome, man. That place was really, really cool. The people that work there are amazing. Rom Scout is one of the people that works there, and he is amazing. And I had a great time. But I tried to keep up with what I could, you know. I was working the event and such. I got to walk around Comic Palooza, by the way. From my understanding, it is essentially just Comic-Con, but with a different name because of legal reasons. He works for Direct Relief? Yes. He is a event coordinator, charity fundraiser coordinator, something. I don't know his exact title. But he is the reason I go to the events, because he invites me, because he's like, hey, you're good at Speedrun, and we're trying to do Speedrun Marathon. Get over here. And I'm like, all right. And they do fantastic work, so I'm always happy to help out wherever I can, you know? What happens if you enter the clock room with the rings equipped? Well, there's no cutscene in the randomizer. The randomizer deleted the cutscene, but I believe it'll open the floors, but you can't fall down. Maybe? I actually don't know. If this was like the vanilla game, I actually don't know what happens. What? But yeah, I'll say this as somebody who has never been to a Comic-Con or like a comic or anime convention really ever. As somebody who's been to a lot of video game type conventions and marathons and events, I just don't get it. I just don't have the thing in my brain that says, ah, yes, I want to buy 600 Funko Pops, specifically at a convention. But I still had fun regardless. Even if it's not necessarily my thing. It's a nerd thing. Well, that's the thing, is I'm a huge nerd, right? I'm a huge nerd, but it's just like a different flavor of nerd. Speedrunning nerds are massive nerds, but it's a very specific spice of nerd that, for me, I don't have that same level of nerddom overlap with like comics or collectibles in the same way. Like, the only thing I was looking for the entire time that I was at the convention, when I had free time to actually walk the floors, I'm like, brother, I really want to find some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I saw no Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I said, I'm out. I'm sorry. I only care about nostalgia cardboard. That's it. And I didn't find any. There might have been somebody doing it somewhere. There might have been a vendor somewhere. I didn't find him. There's some overlap between jugglers and speedrunners. True. What up, Weebit? I think it is cool to see everybody, like, you know, doing their cosplays and stuff. I respect people that put in time and effort to, like, transform themselves into another identity for fun. Like, that's cool. And if you're really into that aspect of it, I can fully see why that would get the dopamine running in the brains. But I was like, man, like, I don't want to sit in a 3-hour line to meet John Cena. I just don't. I really don't. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Fun fact, excuse me. I met John Cena once, and I completely forgot about it until my roommate told me about it. I took his Starbucks order one time, like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, he was like wearing a suit too, and he's like massive, and I'm like, what is this big ass dude in a suit doing here? And then I'm like, why does he look so familiar? And I'm like, oh, that's John Cena. He ordered like a triple macchiato dry, and I'm like, that's a unique order. Yeah, not once did it go through my brain that I must meet John Cena. Wait, you can actually see him? Yeah, he takes off his cloaking device when he's amongst civilians. When he's not doing covert operations in Kuwait. Dude, this is so open. I mean, the complexity was telling me that I should go to the caverns. So I will. I'm just gonna grab this warp and leave. But man, once you have a few relics under your belt, it's quite open. Very interesting. Regardless, like, if you're not interested in like panels and like stuff like that, I can't imagine it being fun. Like, I was happy that we were doing a like speedrunning event live, and there was people like in the audience that could just like stop by from the event. That was cool. Because, like, I'm thinking to myself, shit, I would want that. Like, if I was at a convention or whatever, and they were just doing a fucking speedrun marathon in a room somewhere, I'd fucking hang out there the entire time. And some people did. There was a couple people that were there quite often. I mean, we were there later than the event was actually running. We had the event space for however long we wanted, pretty much. So we were going pretty late. The final day ended at like 1 a.m. or something like that. And I don't normally stream that late, so I was exhausted. But me and Romscout got to play SotN together. He whooped my ass. Specifically in floor clip horse, essentially. Good times, good times. Those should be up on Dragon Blitz Daily soon. There's so much axe armor, dude. The seed really wants me to use the axe armor, man. People don't want to accept that Romscout's good at the game, but Romscout is still good at the game, and he does not practice. Which gives me hope, dude. I can be old and washed up, but still good at the game. I could retire from SotN speedrunning and still be fucking godlike. Romscout gives me so much hope for my own retiree goals. When I'm in the speedrunner retirement home, just like everybody else that I love and adore, I too can join them. Aren't you already old and washed up? Yeah. This guy doesn't have literally every world record ever conceived for this game. He's washed. Everybody point and laugh. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Oh, you lost one of your world records? You should explode. Oh, Alucard shield myself. I think once I get back from SGDQ, I think I'm going to hardcore commit to updating a lot of speedrun records that I've been putting on the back burner. And then from there, kind of just let SotN speedrunning be what it is. Because there are already so many people who are good at SotN speedrunning that don't need me. Right? I don't need to be the guy who gets all the world records or whatever. I'm kind of just ready to get like my last set of PBs and like goal times and then call it there. You should explode needs to be a more popular insult. The issue is that it also has positive connotations. Like, dude, I'm blowing up right now. I'm exploding onto the scene. Kind of prevents it from being a true insult. I'm about to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Very true. That's literally me. I'm getting the metal teeth tomorrow. Vlad. 20 minutes in, really. First Vlad relic. Interesting. I'm gonna grab this mana prism. Yoink. But yeah, I'm excited. There are many people who are very good at the game, and if this game ever got some more representation, some new port, PC port perhaps, that could help invigorate a lot of people to speedrun it again in a more competitive manner. But until then, I'm ready to ride into the sunset as the castle fades away into the background. Specifically once I get a few more goal times of mine. And 8% needs better time. I'm looking into maybe seeing if I can sub 7 in standard mode to save even more time. It seems possible. A sub 7 clock rush in standard mode would save an extra 10 seconds. Potentially. It would also make the category a lot easier, but it's also going to be harder because then I need to just play godlike to get the sub 7. So I'm going to die in the water. I might look into it. If it seems feasible, I might look into doing runs of it. If not, any percent needs a better world record anyways. It's like the current world record is so disappointing. There's a couple of other speedrun categories that need a better time. Or at least deserve one, in my opinion. So I'm going to go through the process of whittling those down. Going after some like trickier times. But what games do I know how to speedrun except SotN? I know a lot of speedrun routes. I just don't execute on them because I never find the time. Like I learned the entirety of Elden Ring any percent, and then the first patch dropped that ruined that speedrun. And then I learned the entirety of glitchless Elden Ring, and then a new route showed up where they stopped using the Serpent Hunter, instead started using the Bloodhound's Fang. And I never learned that new route. But the issue is I would learn a speedrun in private and then be like, I can't stream this because my audience only wants to see SotN from me. So I like stifled my own growth as a generalist speedrunner by not just diving deep into games that I cared about and speedruns that I cared about. So I learned a bunch. Super Metroid's a speedrun that I know how to do but never practice or do runs of. My first speedruns were of Pokemon Red, specifically Pokemon Blue, actually. Glitchless, Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland. I was like a top 2 runner in Meta Nightmare 100% before I started speedrunning SotN. Mega Man X, I learned the speedrun for. So like there's lots of things that Yoshi's Island is another one that I just like have a shit ton of speedrun knowledge on because it's a game that I love and care about a lot, but I just never did. You know? Mornblade, that's a fantastic drop. So I'm like very knowledgeable in many games. I mean, I know how to do Dawn of Sorrow speedruns. I know how to do Aria of Sorrow speedruns. But I've just never taken the time to really flesh out those skills and speedrun times for myself, you know? Because I've always just been like, well, one, it used to be that I always felt like I could do better in SotN, so I didn't want to give up on SotN. And then I started to get viewership success. And then it turned into, well, I can't stream anything else, or else all the viewers will disappear. Especially as this became my job. I could do Spike Breaker, but we found Mist already, so I think we want to do a couple Mist checks first. So it's just good background action, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I've learned a lot about streaming, funny enough, from watching Northern Lion, a streamer who he's already large and has been for a long time, but I recently discovered his stream and his YouTube channel and all that stuff, and I'm like, wow, this makes so much sense. The way that he presents himself and his content is like, people are just there for him. The game is just background noise, really. He's essentially just doing a solo podcast, ranting with chat, while the game is just like ASMR background noise. And I'm like, yeah, he gets it. Like, that is the ideal for creating an environment that is very self-sustaining and positive as a streamer. Whereas if you rely too much on content gimmicks, like, people are there for the gimmicks and not there for you. Okie dokie. Speaking of gimmicks, we have found the gimmick, and we can start actually progressing. Let's go. So there's a few more checks here that we can do. Ah! Leave me alone. Yeah, we went from things being locked off to everything is open. So this is the magic mirror preset, by the way. 27 minutes in, we can finally explain that you can now warp between the castles whenever you want. And there are lots of item checks for us to find because of this. What up, Kiwi? No library floor clip required. Nope. Yeah, the map has also been altered in some places to lock off certain checks. We need to do this one. While we're here. Leapstone, that'll be useful. Gravity boots will be another useful one, if we can find it. Heart max-ups are now magic refills as well, which is also a nice change. So now when you find a heart max-up, it refills your magic, and it's not like a big bummer. We can go here, and this is a neat thing that has changed as well, is this room in the first castle is blocked off until you go here in the second castle and then warp back to the first castle, which gives us Force of Echo. As you can see right here, there's a wall blocking the path. So we have to transition between the castles to actually do extra checks, which I think is neat. Very fun, very cool. Happy to see all sorts of new ways to play the game happening. The people working hard to hack this game are doing God's work. Terminus Est. That could have been a Chrysogrim. Who knows? There's no way to know. But yeah, I'm aware that people come here for Symphony of the Night since I am the best at it and is the thing I am the best at, period. But ultimately, I talked about it in the Discord and I talked about it on Twitter. My passion and the reason why I do this as a job more so than anything else, because I could just go get a degree if I wanted to, right? I could go get like a tech certificate, start working an IT job, and make more money than I make now. But the reason I don't do that is because that job would not allow me to do the things that I'm passionate about, which is community building, education, and entertainment. Those three things in particular are the things that I care more about than anything else. And combining those in one place, like I can do with streaming and YouTube and stuff like that, is really the thing I'm the most passionate about compared to anything else. And that doesn't mean that I have to do it through Symphony of the Night. I don't have to do it through any particular means. It's whatever I'm most interested in the moment, you know? You aren't passionate about telling people to turn their computer off and back on again? I think IT would be a great job if I was 20% more introverted. If I was 20% more introverted, I would be probably incredibly happy doing that kind of job. But unfortunately, I like being around people, talking to people, and communicating with people. I didn't even see this the first time. There's a new shortcut. Oh, that's so cool. They cooked, man. They really cooked with this one. They cooked so hard. Did we do Succubus in the first castle? I think we did. Yeah, we did. We definitely did. Oh, oops. My bad. Sorry. Roadblock ahead. Time to take the alternate route. I mean, since we're here, we'll just go skip Doppelganger, I guess. Faith in SotN restored. I think Symphony of the Night has issues. Not because of the game, but because of the world we live in. Us not having a PC port, the game not getting any sort of support or, like, help from Konami in any sort of meaningful way. It dampens the game's reach, and this is a beautiful game that I love to death and is still my favorite game. But ultimately, I love this game, but it is limiting in many ways. Especially as somebody who is as passionate as I am about creating things to entertain and educate and then build community around those things. Nice. So because of all that, it's one of the reasons why I'm exploring new games, new options, new types of content, and stuff like that. It's made me incredibly busy and stressed as of late, but I'm also feeling like I'm doing the right thing, you know? It feels right. It feels like I'm being myself. And that's like the most important thing. Bye-bye, water. I love how if you teleport into this room, the water disappears and then the freaking ferryman is just facing the wrong direction. Very funny. What? Hello? It also just goes to show that Symphony of the Night is not meant to be modified in this way, but who cares, man? All that shit be damned. It's my favorite ice cream flavor. Honestly, I usually go for mint chocolate chip. I'm gonna be real with you. But I'm also not very picky. Like, I will take most things. My least favorite ice cream flavor is anything with too much, like, mint Oreo is great as well, yeah. Anything with too much, like, candy, like, things that you need to chew on, because the last thing I want is to be biting into ice cold ice cream. It's the last thing I want, man. Like, ow, my teeth are sensitive. This hurts. The experience I'm having is unpleasant. And also, like, the candy gets, like, hardened because of the temperature. This is not ideal. A little bit of texture is great, but if you add too much, it gets weird. Can you die already, man? Thank you. That's evil, man. Putting a freaking gumball in ice cream, that's just ridiculous. Get real. Get serious with yourself, okay? Get it together. Did I already check this? I think I did, right? I'm sure I did. Yeah, I did. I mean, we have to do these checks regardless. Meal ticket. Meal ticket? Come on. How hard is it to give me a library card? So here's a question. What does the inverted spike room look like? Because if the normal spike room is all, like, changed up, what's the inverted one look like? Is it vanilla? It looks to be vanilla. Okay. Come on, man. That makes a lot of sense. Whoa. Makes sense, makes sense. Does this hit? It does. Okay. That could have been a Ring of Fenor. It was hard to see. That might have been worth going back for. Another Vlad relic. Okay. That's the reason why the randomized spike room wasn't put in the preset. Okay. Fair enough. I'll see if this is a Fenor. I kind of need the, no, it was gold circlet. I can never tell the difference. There's probably a way to tell the difference. I'm really bad at it. What happens if I do this? Surely I don't clip into the floor, right? Oh! Ah! Oh, goddamn. I got jump scared. Got jump scared by freaking activating, deactivating spikes. Stubbed your toe in the dark. Ow. Ooh, owie. Oh no, I can't get through. Whatever shall I do? Oh yeah. Go to the other castle. Doi. But now I'm trapped here. If only there was a way to figure out how to get through. Ooh, fun. Magic mirror while transformed. Yeah, I imagine that would break some things. I'll do it this way. It's gonna take 10 years, but whatever. Wait, I should have just done the Granfaloon fight and skipped this guy. Why would I fight this guy? Why would I ever fight this guy? You could just fight Granfaloon and skip him. I guess you could just choose which one you want to fight. Anything that I can do to increase my damage here? The answer might surprise you. Because it's, I guess Chakram is something. Man, that's rough. Swarm would always fight Galmoth, true. My sword ain't swinging! Or is it taking forever? What is this, hard type? Sometimes you want to fight Galmoth for levels. If I had like a Shield Rod in Alucard Shield, yeah, that makes sense. It's understandable. What up, Wambadius? I'm doing all right. The other day I made a big update in the Discord about my general thoughts and feelings about stream and how things are going to be changing soon for stream and YouTube and stuff. That's like the big update for my life as of late. Just making some small changes that will overall increase my quality of life, I hope. Make me a little bit happier day to day. Hog, more this. Ooh, gravity boots. That's pretty cool. I guess, honestly, we library card now? Go to Auroch's quarters, do the Aurochs checks. What was in here again?
What can I do for you?
I don't remember. There's mana prisms, right?
I'm interested in
That might be worth grabbing. I think it was just the mana prisms that we wanted to get. Everything else is like fine. Because we already have all this other stuff. Yeah.
Farewell
Sure
for
thing.
now.
We'll do it like that. And we'll give ourselves this here. Alrighty. I could also go the wrong way like a dummy, because it's faster. I keep forgetting about the shortcut. Goated shortcut added to the game though. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, crazy. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, wait a minute. I shouldn't go directly to Aurochs. I have all this I can do. So we'll do Castle Keep first. Darkwing Bat. All that stuff. Because I can. It should be good. Complete castle only with axe armor. Every time you need to jump, change castles instead. Would that work? Would that work? Why do I have a feeling that wouldn't work? Concerned. If the warp was instant, that'd be so funny. But I think the delay between those warps wouldn't work. I'm trying to think if there's a single room where they just wouldn't, it would just, the whole idea would break down. Nice. Okay. It's an interesting, I like where your head is at, Weecock. I appreciate that you are willing to go where few have gone before. And that twisted little brain of yours. Well, it's not that little. I'm sure it's average. Don't need that, but I'll grab it. Grab some more magic. Oh yeah, I gotta get out of here. Small brain is superior. What's the meme image where it's small brain backdashes to... Yeah. You and I are referencing the same meme here. Give me that. Last relic. I don't think I need this warp. I'm gonna grab it just in case, but I'm fairly confident we just are done. Because the last couple of relics, I think, have to be along the path, and we just switch castles when we need to. It's also smart to fight Akmadon and just Magic Mirror to check all rocks. True. That is true. Leave me alone. Do 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 do. Let's check the relic. Fire of bats. We'll then check silver ring. I'm starting to really vibe with the flow of this preset because you're just like going relatively in a straight line, and then you just switch castles to get an extra check, and then you switch castles again to get an extra check. It's really cool. I'm liking this a lot. Nice MP refill glitch. I'm literally cheating. Easy money, even though I have a billion mana prisms. Oh. No, I need this. I need this for me. Yes! The mana refill Badu card. Okay, well. Anyways. It takes some time changing directions. If you think about the... If you think about specifically the room... Sorry, the area, not the room you're currently in, it's not that bad. Oh, there it is. Well, now we win the game. If that makes sense. Right? Because I know what inverted Allrocks looks like in my brain, and I know what regular Allrocks looks like in my brain. But if I'm thinking too much about the specific room I'm in, then I get lost. Does that make sense? Takes some getting used to. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, you're not saying it's difficult. It's just that, like, it's a thing that you need to be aware of. Do I have any way to do a little bit more damage, perhaps? No. No, I do not. This is also why I was telling myself I didn't need that warp earlier. It's because I knew that we had to find the last Vlad relic on the way towards the clock room. Like, one way or another, we'd be next to the clock room, so there'd be no reason to warp to Castle Keep, of all places, because we full cleared it. And we don't need to get back there to warp between castles, obviously. So... I do have Ares. That is true. Damn. Does it nullify the need for flight and complexity change since you could warp between castles? Not necessarily. I think they added flight before grabbing the magic mirror. That makes sense in my head, but... Can you switch in warp rooms? I believe you can, yeah. But realistically, if you have one warp room, you have the other one, right? You just switch castles if you're missing it, which I didn't think about until just now. Like, you can just go directly into a spot that you have a warp in the first castle and then just do the second castle stuff there. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll give myself some defense for funsies. And Chakram it is, I guess. Chakram Mornblade is an interesting combo. I didn't think we'd get here, but we did. Oh, I thought the guy died, but it was just the emulator lagging. What are you talking about? BizHawk is a perfect emulator with 0 flaws. If you perceive any issues with it, it's just copium. Yeah, no worries. Dude, yeah, this changes how I view routing completely. We're going to be doing a lot of this. Randomizer. I think this is going to be the primary randomizer we play for a little while I figure out some, like, strats. Because this was a fast one, but I imagine it can be even faster. Because you can just minimize backtracking as soon as you get the glasses, the magic mirror. So with that in mind, like... this changes everything, man. This doesn't one cycle, I'm going to cry. Okay, good. Yeah, sub 52. This preset could be sub 30. I mean, yeah, with the right RNG for sure. We're seeing early bat a lot, which is cool. Flight seems to be early. It's a 6 complexity preset where flight is like required for so much, so flight gets given to you very early, which is nice. So far it's been bat both times we've done this, but I imagine we'll see some Leapstone Gravity Boot seeds for sure. Caverns access via second castle, that is true. That would mean that the Jewel of Open is nullified once you find the thing, right? Or did they create blocks for that? We'll look into that. There's a lot to look into. Regardless, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, join the live streams over on twitch.tv/dragonbutts, and have a wonderful day. I appreciate you watching.
All of eternity.